Hi, everybody. Meteorologist Joe Cioffi. It's weather in 5 days in 5 minutes. And the lake effect machines are turned on in upstate New York. This is going to be a pretty nasty snowfall for areas along I-81 as you go north of Syracuse. And we're seeing amounts in the range of about 15 to 25 inches in places like Pulaski, High Market, Lowville, and Watertown. And then amounts kind of tail off as you go west. And this is because the winds are coming in pretty much from the west, blowing west to east, straight across the long way of Lake Ontario and that part of upstate New York getting clobbered. And also, the west to northwest wind brings in some hefty lake effect snowfalls to southwestern New York. For Jamestown and Springville's 14 to 19 inches total, Warsaw 14 inches, less for Buffalo, less for Niagara Falls. This is unusual because it is coming at the end of February, and usually the lakes are frozen this time of year, but this is not the case this year, clearly. And as we take a look at the snowfall for the last 48 hours or so, seeing some rather impressive amounts considering the winter we've had in southeastern Michigan, northwest Ohio, northeast Indiana, some of these areas picking up to 4 and 6 inches of snow, and then the beginnings of the snowfall along the lake shores from Cleveland on up to Buffalo. So just giving snow lovers here a bit of a cheap thrill to live vicariously through the folks in lake effect country. And here's what the total snowfalls look like on the wide shot here from the digital weather from the National Weather Service. So you can see where the max amounts are way up to the north. Our issue today is really wind. We do have wind advisories up for central Pennsylvania from the New York state line on the north side to the Pennsylvania line on the south side, and that includes places like Harrisburg, Chambersburg, and on up toward York, PA. The gusty winds to 40 miles an hour or more, all thanks to this developing storm that is now up into upstate New York and moving its way into Canada. So this lake effect action and the gusty winds are going to probably continue into Friday before things begin to settle down. We've got to wait for this whole complex, this upper trough that's in the eastern part of the United States to just start moving out of the way, and that's going to take a little bit of time. Meanwhile, on the radar, of course, we had overnight rains from northeast Virginia to southern New England. Some of the rains were on the heavy side, but that's long gone now. There's a little bit of missing data here, and where you see that the frame kind of disappear. But on the last couple of shots, we are seeing some of the heavier snows that have broken out due to the lake effect in north central New York, and also some heavy snows east and southwest of Buffalo. And then you have some other lake effect snow action coming in off Lake Erie into northeast Ohio, down into western Pennsylvania, and even seeing some snows down into parts of West Virginia. That's part of the upper support that is moving on through. So the weather going forward really is going to be on the quiet side as we head into Friday and the weekend. We don't see any systems that are going to have impact other than the one that we are dealing with right now. And when we just going to bring up the new NAM model here, which is out just now, not quite done, but almost there. And there's our storm this morning in northern Vermont, kind of moves its way up to Canada, redevelops out to the east, the pressure gradient very tight. So we'll have sunshine, maybe a few clouds will pop in from southern New England down to northeast Virginia. Temperatures in the 40s, winds gusting to 30 to 40 miles an hour at times. And then the next 3 days look dry and cold. Sun and clouds for tomorrow because we're still going to be underneath the influence of this storm system and the upper features as they go through. You see where the snow continues right into Friday night, early Saturday morning in parts of upstate New York and western PA. That finally disappears on Saturday. Sunshine for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Friday's highs will be upper 30s to low 40s. Saturday, I think, will be the coldest day from Northeast Virginia to southern New England with temperatures mostly in the 30s. And then Sunday, we'll nudge it up a little bit and get back up into the low 40s. And then we're going to start to see the high go offshore, winds turning around to the southwest, a bounce in temperatures for early next week. And also, we'll probably get into a bit more of an active pattern again. So thinking that we'll have maybe some arriving clouds late in the day, Sunday into Sunday night. Most of the shower activity on Monday goes by to more north, but we could see a few scattered around. Otherwise, we may just be in cloudy skies. Then a second system rolls through Monday night and Tuesday. Then that moves up into New England, and then a third wave of rain, if the GFS is correct, for Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. And finally, a fourth wave with a developing low that moves again to our west and moves on up through western Pennsylvania and upstate New York. It's just pretty much a wash, rinse, repeat pattern that we are dealing with. So it's more of the same. And for snow lovers in the I-95 corridor, we continue to hold on to the idea that you may wind up going the rest of the season here without seeing another flake or an ice pellet. Sorry, that's just the way it looks. That's the way it's been. Remember, I always say the trend is your friend. And this year, for winter weather lovers, the trend has really been your enemy. All right, so we'll have the Joe and Joe Weather Show coming up tonight at 7 o'clock Eastern Time on my YouTube channel, Joe Cioffi. You could also watch Joe Rayo when he does his short fuse weather update later this afternoon on his YouTube channel, Joe Rayo Weather. And you could also download my free weather apps, the meteorologist Joe Cioffi weather app. That's what it's called, by the way, if you search for it on Google Play or on the App Store, or Angry Ben's weather app, the Angry Weatherman. They're both free. There's a lot of stuff on there, and you really could use the apps just about anywhere in the U.S. because you can pull up your local forecast, and if you're interested in weather in the Northeast or the northern Mid-Atlantic states, you can read my stuff and look at the snowfall forecast maps. Thanks, everybody, for being here. We will see you later.